We have merely done what we were obliged to do. So what is it really that we are obliged to do? I have some friends, some very good friends, a couple that I've known for a long, long time. I married them over 20 years ago, and we get together a whole lot, but we hadn't seen each other in a while. It was a Saturday in the parish, so for me it was a busy day. I had a couple of appointments in the morning. I needed to put some finishing touches on my homily for the weekend. I needed to do some things in the church. We had 3 o'clock confessions, 4 o'clock Mass. I had an appointment at 6 o'clock that wouldn't end until 7, and a couple of other things in the church. So I look forward to just crashing on my couch when I finally would end the day at about 7:15 or 8 o'clock, grabbing something to eat. Maybe a peanut butter sandwich. At any rate, I did indeed celebrate the 4 o'clock Mass. It was over a little after 5 o'clock, and as I was getting ready for my 6 o'clock appointment, I did notice, I looked at my phone and I got a phone call from them. And there was a voicemail, and I listened to the voicemail. And it said, "Hey, Father Dan, we're coming down to Boston for the day." They live up north in New Hampshire. "We're coming down to Boston for the night. It's her nephew's 21st birthday. Would you like to join us? It's going to be a small group in a restaurant in the middle of downtown Boston." Well, it was already too late. I was kind of tired. I did return the call and say, "Thanks for the invitation." They were actually finishing up dinner, so I would have been late anyway. "Thanks for the invitation. I know we haven't seen each other in a while. We'll have to set a time next week." Got something to eat, hit the couch at about 8:15, and I was in the middle of kind of flipping around looking for news shows when, at about 10 to 9, the doorbell rang. It was them. It was the two of them. They stopped by because they were right in town, they were close to me, and we hadn't seen each other in a while. So we kind of had an opportunity to kind of hang out for a couple of hours, and they left at about 11. They had a goal. They had a goal. And the goal was making time to get together. And I'm glad they had a goal, because goals are important. The readings that the Lord places before us this day truly are about goals. They invite us, both the letter to Titus from Paul and the gospel from Luke. They invite us to look at the goals. As Christians, the goal that is set before us. Paul, if you've heard the readings these past couple of days, he's kind of been advising Titus on how to advise people. He's given some advice to bishops, to priests. Today he talks to older men and women, knowing that they will have influence on younger men and women. He's talked to families, he's talked to husbands, wives, and he's given them, in the midst of his advice, a goal. He's telling them to be kind and merciful and loving, open to the Spirit, willing to offer advice and guidance and love. In a very real way, what Paul has been saying is, allow the way Jesus speaks and acts to be your goal, and you will always make the right choice. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you've been called to, if you allow the image of Christ to be your goal, you will be on the right track. The gospel. Jesus offering a very concrete example of service. He presents his listeners with a situation. Pick one. You can tell your servant who's just come in from plowing the fields to sit down and you'd like to offer them some dinner. Or you can tell your servant, snap to it, get my dinner ready. I don't care that you've been working all day. He invites us to be like him. He invites us to live our lives in service one to the other. Acting like him, being like him, being images of Jesus one to the other is our goal. What is it that we're obliged to do? We're obliged to be like him. We're invited to allow his attitude to be ours so that our behavior will be like his. And my friends, if we all acted like Jesus, how much more loving and kind and peaceful would this world be? Well, we can certainly bring that attitude to our own lives, realizing that each and every day is an opportunity to be like him. Each and every day is an opportunity for us to set before ourselves an image of him, someone who's kind, who defers to the other in love, who is merciful, filled with life and love and forgiveness. My friends, when you and I allow ourselves to live that way, there is nothing that Jesus won't be able to do through us, because he will be seen in word and in deed because of the love that we have for him.